Hello, in this video, we continue the discussion of this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is video number 11. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. Today, we are continuing our discussion of this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and this is video number 11. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on this channel, I share business tips, YouTube tips, earning money online tips. That's through affiliate marketing. Motivation. I just record motivation to ask you to take a step, make your life better. And recently, I added a discussion of books. I just love books, you see. I love books. I said, let me just start sharing. And well, we started with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is the foundation for anyone who wants to master finances. Finances, yes, that's what we are talking about. And if all that sounds interesting, if making our life better is a good message, you feel it's a good message, please support it by subscribing and sharing. And in fact, starting today, I want to ask anyone who watches me, if you feel like I'm doing something good, even if you give me like 50% out of 50 out of 100, please invite just two people to subscribe to this channel, but they have to wait to watch a little bit, or YouTube will remove them. They have to watch. Let them watch a few minutes. They choose if they like me, even 50%, the grade 50%. 50% will be like a fail, but 50% I'll take it. Let them subscribe so we get to the 10,000 subscribers. I promise you, when we grow the audience of this channel, I'll go negotiate good things to come here. We get free samples, we get some free trials, all those nice things. So please consider subscribing and sharing. And for those of you who are already decided that it's a good message, thank you, appreciate you very much. Please do the same. Invite. For you, I'm asking you to invite 5. The new ones, invite 2. The ones who've been here, invite 5 more. Let's get it to 10,000. Let's try to start getting nice things in this community. I want it to be a real good community. Now, today we are continuing the discussion of lesson number 1, chapter 1, which is the rich don't work for money. But if you're just joining me for the first time, you've never seen me read this book, please, there is a link in the pinned comment, also at the end of this video and in the description, to take you to all those books that I've finished, the videos that I've finished. Video number 1 up to 10. They're all in a playlist. It's called, or even in the playlist, it's called Lessons from Robert Kiyosaki. What I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki, that's what it's called. So you can catch up. But let's also first watch this one. Let's watch this one first. And then for those of you who want to see know how to get this audio to listen free for 1 month, at the end of the video, I'll tell you about that. And then all those people also who want to know the schedule that I hold on this channel. Because there are people who come back to watch just the books. That's why I keep that at the end. Okay, who is Robert Kiyosaki? He's a self-made millionaire, entrepreneur, educator, investor with a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time, and that person could be you. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book about his 2 dads. He decided to learn, I already covered this, from what he called the rich dad. And Poor Dad was his real father, who was a very, very intelligent man. He finished his 4-year degree in just under 2 years. Got scholarships, and then he had the PhD, and he was a superintendent of education. But he ended up dying broke. That's why you have to follow these lessons and learn from them. It's not like he was poor, he was, maybe that's what we call middle class, but he ended up dying broke. So we have to learn from that. Then Rich Dad did the opposite, came out of school at age of 13, dropped out of 8th grade, and ended up becoming one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. I keep mentioning, please don't drop out of school. I emphasized it. I did a big point on that. If you're young, please stay in school, but it doesn't stop you from also thinking about these big ideas. If you have those big ideas, but you better be able to have an education, talk to your accountant and your lawyer and those managers Okay, so I strongly suggest that you at least finish high school, maybe, so you don't feel like you are left out. You don't know what these people are talking about. Because if you had the basic education, even if you didn't go to college, this is my belief, by the way. I'm just talking to you. Is you are more confident. I have a CPA, but if I didn't have the education that I have, I don't know that I would have been able to understand what she does. But it helps. So please get the basic education, and then we can do the entrepreneur stuff too. Okay? So we are continuing. We ended video number 10 when I'm going to read a lot from this book today, because the conversation is going to start between Robert and then later Rich Dad. But I have to remind you where we ended. We ended where Robert was complaining about working for 10 cents per hour. He was ready to quit. And then now Mike said that's what they expected. So he ended up asking him to come meet Dad, because Rich Dad had said that when he feels like he's tired, he wants to quit, that's when he had to meet him again. So he gave him a job for 3 weeks, had not seen him again. This was the time to see him. So this is the meeting. He came and he's alone. For some reason, Mike is nowhere to be seen. It's Rich Dad who opened the door for him, for Robert, and then he kept him waiting, which was, I think I covered that. Yeah, the waiting was in the previous video. He kept him waiting intentionally for a whole hour, like sort of ignoring him and made him mad. So now he's ready. He called him in. Remember, it's just Robert and Rich Dad. But he's not rich yet. He's just establishing himself, but in a big way. Okay, when I'm reading here, please, I won't keep saying that's Mike, that's Robert, that's Mike's dad, that's Robert. No, if you keep just listening, you will see it will be easy to know who is saying what. Okay, otherwise, if I keep telling you, it's gonna be, it may not come out good. So let's try and see how it comes out when I'm not mentioning who's saying what all the time. Sometimes I could say it, but not all the time, because they're having a conversation. Okay, so when he says, he waves him in like this. He was seated waiting outside his office. Robert was outside. Now Mike's dad, who is a Rich Dad, waved him in and said, I understand you want a raise, or you are going to quit. Well, now that was Rich Dad asking Robert, and now Robert is responding, well, you are not keeping your end of the bargain. And he likes to describe a lot, and I don't think I can read all the descriptions. I'm just going to keep reading the conversation. Okay, Robert is continuing. You said that you would teach me if I worked for you. Well, I've worked for you. I've worked hard. I've given up my baseball games to work for you, but you haven't kept your word, and you haven't taught me anything. You are a crook like everyone in town thinks you are. You are greedy. You want all the money and don't care of your employees. You make me wait and don't show me any respect. I'm only a little boy, but I deserve to be treated better. If you read this, when you're reading this book, you get why he's talking like that. He was really mad. He had to think a lot. And remember, his dad made it worse too, saying labor laws and all that stuff. It's like he comes here thinking this is a really bad man, or whatever he does is not good. So that's why he's talking to him like that. And Rich Dad rocked back in his silver chair, hands up to his chin, and stared at me. Not bad, he said. In less than a month, you sound like most of my employees. What? I asked, not understanding what he was saying. I continued my grievance. I thought you were going to keep your end of the bargain and teach me. Instead, you want to torture me. That's cruel. That's really cruel. I'm teaching you. I hope you can follow this conversation. Now it's Rich Dad saying, I'm teaching you. What have you taught me? Nothing. You haven't even talked to me once since I agreed to work for you for peanuts. 10 cents an hour? Ha! I should notify the government about you. We have child labor laws, you know. My dad works for the government, you know. Wow. Rich Dad said, Rich Dad, wow. Now you sound just like most of the people who used to work for me. People have either fired or have quit. Remember, at first he said you find like people who work for me. Now you sound like those who used to work for me. So, what do you have to say? Is Robert asking. And he said, I demanded, feeling pretty brave for a little kid. You lied to me. I've worked for you, and you have not kept your word. You haven't taught me anything. How do you know I've not taught you anything? Well, you've never talked to me. I've worked for 3 weeks, and you have not taught me anything. Does teaching mean talking or a lecture? Well, yes. Hopefully you're following who is saying what. I'm trying to speed it up. That's how they teach you in school. That's Rich Dad talking. But that's not how life teaches you. And I would say that life is the best teacher of all. Most of the time, life does not talk to you. It just sort of pushes you around. Each push is life. Each push is life saying, "Wake up! There is something I want you to learn." Okay, I have to repeat this. It just sort of pushes you around. It means life. Each push is life saying, "Wake up! There is something I want you to learn." What is this man talking about? I said to myself, life pushing me around? Was life talking to me? Now I knew I had to quit my job. I was talking to someone who needed to be locked up. Okay, now it's Rich Dad talking. If you learn life's lessons, you will do well. If not, life will just continue to push you around. People do 2 things. Some just let life push them around. Others get angry and push back. But they push back against their boss or their job or their husband or wife. They do not know it's life that's pushing. I had no idea what he was talking about. Life pushes you all around. Now is Rich Dad still talking. Life pushes all of us around. Some people give up, others fight. If you learn the lesson and move on, they welcome life pushing them around. To these few people, it means they need and want to learn something. They learn and move on. Most quit. If you like you, fight. Oh, okay. Rich Dad stood and shut the creaky old wooden window that needed repair. If you learn this lesson, you'll grow into a wise, wealthy, and happy young man. If you don't, you'll spend your life blaming a job, low pay, or your boss for your problems. You'll live life always hoping for that big break that will solve all your money problems. Rich Dad looked over at me to see if I was still listening. His eyes met mine. We stared at each other, communicating through our eyes. Finally, I looked away once I had absorbed his message. I knew he was right. I was blaming him and I did ask to learn. I was fighting. I think let me continue. Rich Dad continued. Or if you are the kind of person who has no guts, you just give up every time life pushes you. If you are that kind of person, you live all your life playing it safe, doing the right things, saving yourself for some event that never happens. Then you die a boring old man. You'll have lots of friends who really like you, who really like you because you are such a nice, hardworking guy. But the truth is, you let life push you into submission. Deep down, you are terrified of taking risks. You really wanted to win, but sorry about that. But the fear of losing was greater than excitement of winning. Deep inside, you and only you will know you didn't go for it. You chose to play it safe. Our eyes met again. You've been pushing me around, I asked. Oh, you've been pushing me around? Some people might say that, smiled Rich Dad. I would say that I just gave you a taste of life. What taste of life? I asked, still angry, but now curious and ready to learn. You boys are the first people who have ever asked me to teach them how to make money. I have more than 150 employees, and not one of them has asked me what I know about money. They ask me for a job and a paycheck, but never to teach them about money. So most will spend the best years of their lives working for money, not really understanding what it is they are working for. I'm going to stop there for today. Hopefully that was clear. But there is just one point that I'm going to mention that Robert mentions right here. One of those circles I mentioned that he puts like something like a note. Let me read that. He calls it life as a teacher. And he says, today's millennials are learning the hard facts of life. The hard facts of life. Jobs are harder to find. Robots are replacing workers by the millions. Learning by making mistakes through trial and error is more and more important. Book learning is proving to be less valuable in the real world. No longer does a college education guarantee a job. That's Robert's note. It's separate up there. I thought I would read that. But this way I'll stop. We're going to see, hopefully all those statements got you thinking. Please, what do you get out of that? Maybe you have to rewind this video because I didn't want to read it like twice. But like to read statements twice, it will take forever. But you can rewind the video, and those are big lessons. What Rich Dad just said in just in that short time. So we'll continue with video 12. Continue to see where he ended with Rich Dad. That day, what happened? Did he continue to work or did he stop? What happened? That's my video today. Please add a comment. And for those who are new, I like to go quickly. Every day I do these books every single day at 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time. You can Google that if you are not in USA. If you're in USA, still you have to know the different time differences. 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time. I'm in Virginia, East Coast. And that's every day for books. And on Friday, we skip books, but we do a live. So if you're watching me Friday, if you watch this video, the one I'm recording right now, it's going to show up in a Friday time. Please, 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time, come live. Come live right here and I want to chat with you. Make sure when you show up, you type in so I can see that you are around. Don't just watch and be quiet, please. Join us. And then the schedule that I have here is the 12:30. Like 30 minutes earlier, but on Thursdays and Sundays, I do YouTube tips, business tips, and also you do motivational. I try to do motivational on Sundays, but then the book comes after, because the book I only skip it on Fridays when you have the lives. And then for those who want to get this book for free, is to listen free, just 1 month. You are Audible on Amazon.com. I put a link below. I signed up just to get you that free link. But remember, this is a plus, it's a premium title. So when you go and sign up, make sure you are signed up for plus, premium plus. That's when you search and get this book. Make sure you have a point. They call them points. 1 point will give you 1 whole month of listening to this book. But I'm working out a way. If you show me that you really like this, the book idea, I'll share with you soon. I'm trying to figure out. Leave a comment. So your name is familiar to me. For a while, I'll know that we have enough people. But I said 50 would be a good number to start. I'll start sharing free. My account has the premium titles too. So that's my video. Please leave a comment. Don't leave without leaving a comment. Share. I need more subscribers. Let's go to this community. Just ask them to watch a little bit before subscribing, or YouTube remove them in bulk. Like I could lose like 10 people in a single day. If you come and just subscribe without watching, they don't like that. You need to know what someone does before you subscribe to their channel. Okay, that's my video. Don't forget again to leave a comment, share, and all those good things. Like I always end them, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your family. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.